Hi, it's Ray Mills from VBA Craftsman. If you're a small businessman and you've been managing your invoicing, etc., with um, Excel and you're comfortable with Excel, I'd like to demonstrate my Customer Manager Tool as an alternative. So here's a tool, and we've opened a little spreadsheet here. Okay, to start with, you get the tool, you load in the particulars about the billing company, which is the company that you're in doing the invoicing from. So in this case, we've created a fictitious company called Russo's Pest Control. Emergency services our specialty. And we put in all the reference data. That's the address, phone number, contact, this and that there. All the information you need. Down below, we also put in, if you happen to have a logo, the tool automatically integrates logos into the invoices. We go here and say logo, and there's our logo, Dead Bug. Remember, it's a pest control company. And then, if I personally like to set up a directory where I create all the invoice PDF files. So invoices are created in Excel, but we have a button you click and it automatically creates a PDF file out there for you to either attach and add to an email or print. Customers want PDF because everybody has PDF reading capability, but they may not have Excel, so it's just sort of a universal file format, okay? So back to the customer maintenance. We've loaded 95 customers for this demo. In this case, we're going to bill for Mr. Marley Chambers. And so let's just say that Marley calls us up and says, I see termites. Okay, so that's a pretty common theme within our business, especially in the spring. So the common themes is an opportunity for you to record that you had a contact with Marley today, and that he called about termites, and that here you would include all the information that you want to talk to about providing the providing the service of, putting down a termicide. So this explained the usual treatment, provide a chemical barrier, etc., etc., etc. So here you would make sure that all the information that the customer needs to know is given to them in a consistent manner. So we'd say post. I spoke to him, told him the whole deal. He says okay. So let's just update it to save that contact. And we see call today, 9:10, and this is what went on. And I could type in more information or whatever that the customer, any special treatment, any special situations that the customer wants us to be aware of. Okay. So now we send the guys out. They do their termicide, and they want to bring along an invoice. So I go out and they say, oh, okay, let me create an invoice. Now you have 15 different choices, and you can set a default invoice. So that means you only have to do this really once. You pick the choice you like, and suddenly now that's your default. If you launch from the products and services, you can create an invoice from there as well. But here, the first time, we're just choosing. And I know I want to choose invoice number 8. And bam, we've created an invoice. And here's the detail about Russo's Pest Control, a nice little dead bug, all the information, and then Marley Chambers information, who we're billing, okay? Now we just need to do the services that we performed. So we go over here and we say, here it is, termicide, yeah, we did the termite treatment, and we just say add to P&S. Needs an add a product and services. Now you sometimes may have to just tweak it for a little bit of size, but that's perfect. Okay, so we've created an invoice. Well, you want to see it? Okay, maybe I'll zoom it for you just quickly. Zoom, zoom, let's just say 75%, just make it a little smaller. So you'll see that we've created our invoice. All right, nice and neat. Okay, now we want to manage our accounts receivable. Now nothing's out there for Marley right now, but if we said capture invoice, invoice date, yep, that looks right. Okay, let me just, invoice date is 9/10, da 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 da, and then we say, look, and customer was very happy, right? And we'll keep track of that, right? So we keep our notes, and now we just say add. Now you'll see we now have an invoice here that's outstanding. Pretty cool, right? And that we can keep track of that invoice. So let's go to another customer. Let's go to The Terminators. Well, the Terminators is a competitor of ours, and they do a lot of business with us. We're the local distributor for a certain termicide, so they come and buy it from us. So we do a lot of business with them. So if we go, we see, they have 16 invoices so far. And we look at this first one here. Let's just say the customer, we went in the mail and we got a check. What do you know? So it's no longer outstanding and it's paid in full. And check received 09/10/2019. Okay. So we just say update. And what do you know? It'll come back paid in full. So very simple way to manage your accounts receivable by the customer and at the invoice level. Very simple. We also have an opportunity to archive customers. So if you hit the button, you can archive this customer, which puts it in a separate database, and it would reduce the number of active customers. And that may make sense for some people, because let's just say you do the kind of business where you have a transaction with them, you do it, you complete it, and you're not likely to hear from them again for a while. Well, you may want to archive so that your working customer base is smaller, but you can call them back at any time, because you could say unarchive the customer. Okay, you can't do that for this customer because they're not archived, and you'd have to go into the archive database. Okay, so lots of options. You saw I built an invoice in 20 seconds, 15 different choices, and our tool is $12.95. You can see the. You can go to my website and I'll leave it in the notes for the video. And it is a pretty handy tool and not nearly as expensive as some of those software packages out there. So thanks again, and it's Ray Mills from VBA Craftsman.